Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman's Society of Podcasting, myself, Harvey, my heterosexual life mate, David,
Hello.
the ever-loving AJ.
Chowder.
Chowder.
Interesting.
That's right. And today,
Chowder.
we're talking about one of the most interesting people in comedy and life. With the recent passing of him, we're going to talk about Mr. Norm Macdonald and his legacy and his life and all the awesome things. So,
All the things.
and all the things about Mr. Norm and how hilarious and ridiculous that he was. Yeah. Does anybody want to lead off with anything, or do you want to leave it to me?
Well, the big thing for me, I'll just kick it right out
Sure.
there. Whenever I heard the name Norm Macdonald, I thought of SNL. I will be honest.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
SNL, the
definitely.
news desk, like that was what I remember of him. Like the first thing I remember, I should say. It's just one of those. He did it so well because it was always that deadpan delivery. It was always just. I'm not even going to try to emulate it. Go, there are many platforms to go and watch previous scenes of this.
Oh, I can do one. Real quickly.
Okay, here,
It's
do it.
And the Academy Awards, Better Than Ezra, won the second best album of the year. Who won the first best album was Ezra. Or second better. I fucked that
He
joke.
just
Oh,
screwed it
he
up.
killed
I
it.
fucked it up bad.
Ooh.
I am not Norm Macdonald. So
But yeah, like that was always the thing I thought of Norm. And again, that was back in the day when I watched Saturday Night Live. Like
Yeah.
I can still remember those days of when it became Saturday night. Like I was staying up to watch this.
Yeah,
Like,
those were the good times.
Oh,
on
God,
Saturday Night
yeah.
Live.
that was our
It was
show.
that the weekend update and
Oh yeah.
whenever he did Burt Reynolds.
Oh, on Celebrity Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Hey, Alec, look what I did. Change my name.
yeah.
What's
The
it-
hat.
what's
one
it say? Found this backstage. It's an oversized hat.
yeah.
It's funny. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It is.
It
It
is,
is.
it
It
is.
is. Yeah, 'cause that's the time period when he was a guest, right? That wasn't when he was the dedicated news guy.
No,
He was still that was the end of his run.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
That's when,
you're
like,
right.
well-
You might be right. I think he's talking about the one he's talking about was the end of his run, but he did come back.
Well, I know he
Do
did that
it.
one episode because he had that great intro where, and I don't know the exact wording, but basically it's like, yeah, so, I got let go some time period ago, and then I got invited back as a host. And then, of course, and it was that Norm Macdonald style.
That's so
That was the story. And of course, everybody starts
good.
laughing. There's that moment of, and he's just standing there. Everybody starts to laugh because that was kind of his style. It was just yeah.
He always seems to be acting like, if not doing it, but making it up on the spot
Yeah,
more so than not.
yeah,
Yeah.
He chuckles in between his lines, and
for sure.
that's when I noticed watching clips of him on Conan.
Yeah.
He'd always go on Conan and just make up a joke
Yes.
right on the spot.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
Like there's you go out and watch it. One's called the turtle joke, and one's called the moth joke.
That
and
one.
called the Swedish German joke.
the Swedish German
Yeah.
joke is also very good
Yeah.
too.
The
Go-
moth
go
one.
watch those. I'm not even gonna try to.
Oh,
Not even gonna try to.
the moth joke is amazing.
That's the one.
It's
That's my favorite.
So amazing.
Even
Yeah.
watching it recently because I knew what was going to happen, but I still sit there watching the entire thing and I'm listening. And as you said, it's just an ongoing story, constantly.
And he did it just to piss Conan off.
yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure they both worked on Saturday Night Live around the same time. when
Yeah.
Conan
Yeah.
was a writer
Yeah.
Oh,
and
nice.
Norm was a
I
a
did
player.
not know that.
Oh yeah, they go back for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely.
So it's
Yeah.
probably a thing that they do,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that one I can give you a little bit of a story on in the moth joke. That was actually done kind of sort of at Conan's request. Not
Oh,
the
really?
joke itself, but apparently Conan was very greedy for Norm's time. Like whenever Norm was going to be on, they would always try to open up segments for him and try to whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So literally for that second, because that was his second segment on the show,
Okay.
they told him at commercial break that he's sticking around for the second segment. So he had nothing to do. So that joke actually came from Colin Quinn. I guess Colin Quinn had done
Oh, really?
some sort of iteration, not to the same extent at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
much more condensed version, and Norm made it his own. But what I love the most about those jokes is from anybody else, You'd be like, shut the hell up. Like, he's so
Right.
annoying.
Yeah.
But his delivery and the way he's carrying you along in this obscene, stupid story is genius. It's
Yeah.
genius. And then for that punchline, and then you're like, what the hell?
Well, that's what I
man?
love with the punchline because he just stops.
Yeah, he just literally just stops.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
Same
right.
with the turtle joke. I
Yes.
don't know if you have you heard the turtle joke. Okay.
Offhand, I don't remember the details of that one.
You want to film in?
Do you
It's
remember?
oh yeah. Guy goes into a bar, and Norm starts it off where he's the bartender, right, in the story. but
Gotcha.
you could tell it as a guy goes into a bar and he's just fucking absolutely drunk off his ass.
Right.
And he goes up to the bartender, and the bartender's like, "Nah, you know I can't serve you, right?"
Mm.
He's like, "No, I want to throw a dart at your dartboard." And he's like, "You're not gonna throw a dart at my dartboard. You're fucking wasted." He's not letting me throw a dart at your dartboard. So he throws a dart at the dartboard and gets a bullseye.
Oh, nice.
The drunk guy turns to the bartender and says, "See, bullseye. What do I win?" Bartender looks around, kind of confused, and sees a shoebox with a turtle in it. And he gives the guy the turtle as a prize.
Oh, nice.
So 2 weeks later, same guy comes back, just
Yeah.
shit-faced, says, "You know I can't serve you, right?" says the bartender. The guy goes, "No, I don't want to drink. I want to throw a dart at your dartboard."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Well, you're really drunk, and I mean, come on, that was just
That was a
that was
one
just luck.
time.
That was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
one shot kind
yeah,
of thing."
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "No, give me a dart." He throws a dart, hits a bullseye. He said, "Bullseye, what do I win?" And the bartender looks around confused and said, "What'd you win last week or two weeks ago?" He says, "Well, you gave me a box with a roast beef sandwich on a hard roll."
Oh.
That's a great stupid joke. I love
that
it.
is
I'm
good.
surprised I remembered that.
That was well done.
You got a
Shit.
good 99% of that joke. Good job, sir. Good job.
I just didn't put myself in.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was well done. Shit. But that it was that style, and it was the jokes that kind of flowed out of him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he had that period up down, trying different things. Of course, everybody does. But just when I think of him, that's it. Him sitting there and just the only time I saw him showing emotion was he was on somebody's talk show and did like the whole stand up performance.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the end of it, I think it might have been not Letterman, the other one.
Leno?
Not Leno.
No, it was Letterman.
It would have been Letterman.
Yeah, Letterman, not Leno. Fuck
Guaranteed.
Letterman. Yeah, sorry, Letterman. And again, he's doing a clap, and he's like, "I thank you," and he could just. Yeah, apparently that was his last performance to boot, and yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For Letterman. Wow.
I think so. Well, yeah, I don't know if it was forever, but yeah.
No, it definitely wasn't forever because he just did a special in
Yeah,
2017.
Yeah.
But if you've not seen that,
No, I
special-
think this was after 2017.
Oh
No,
Letterman
Letterman was done.
retirement a while back.
Yeah, I think it was like 2018 when he'd retired. Either way,
Either way.
I could Google this, but I will not. We simply just say,
Ask
look,
Jeeves.
Jeeves.
I don't think Jeeves exists anymore, does he?
I
I
don't
think
know.
he's homeless.
Yeah.
He
That's
went
a
for
little
the
funny.
went for the penthouse to.
He went to
To the
steal.
outhouse.
He went to steal a dog, and it got away.
That's what happened. Exactly. We'll talk about that soon. Yeah. for sure. For me, Norm Macdonald was a guy. All these things are right. Like his jokes, his delivery, the way he carried himself is amazing. But
Mhm.
he's also a guy that just did not give a fuck. Not in the way that you see some comedians do it, but they really do care. Like Norm didn't care, and if it was a bad joke, he'd commit to it. Why? Because he thought it. He just wanted to see it through.
He thought it was funny.
Exactly.
Right.
And you could see that. Like, why did he get fired from Saturday Night Live? Too many O.J. Simpson jokes. Like, that's why he got fired.
He was a fan of the OJ.
He sure was.
Oh, yeah.
And part of the reason why was because one of the higher ups at NBC was good friends with OJ, and they were saying, "Hey, well, jokes." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what I'll do."
And
Let's
you know what?
lay into those
That's
jokes.
likely why he kept telling the jokes. As soon as somebody
Probably,
says, "Hey,
yeah.
lay him
Right.
off," okay, yeah, I'll do the comedian version, the Norm Macdonald version, I should say, of
Yeah.
laying off something that's pissing you off.
That's right. So, and it's funny they just left it alone. Probably wouldn't have done much.
Yeah.
But whatever. Either way.
Yeah.
And then that just continued, and he always had a career where it was just like he was happy to do what he wanted, and it didn't matter, if he impressed those that need to be impressed. I just love that, and for me, like, yeah, Saturday Night Live was it, but I remember doing I used to do impressions and things like that, and Bob Dole. Hi, I'm Bob Dole. That was like I didn't even know who the hell Bob Dole was, but I knew who Norm Macdonald playing Bob Dole was, and that was my impression. And for whatever reason, that stuck with me.
That was the same time when Dana Carvey was doing like Ross Perot and shit.
Yeah.
Bob Dole.
Well, whenever
Bob
you're
Dole.
doing the politician ones, it has to be at the time when the politician still
Yeah.
kind of, unless
Yeah.
it's like a throwback just to make fun of some old politician.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what made Norm's impression so great? It's like the bare bones of who
Yeah.
of who he was. It was like Bob Dole. Nah, da, da. It's like that was it.
That's it.
It's still
Didn't
Norm
he
Macdonald.
start
you know.
falling asleep at one point?
Probably.
I'm Bob Dole.
Yeah, he did.
Bob,
Yeah.
Bob Dole. Bob Dole.
And that weekend update was how, like you said, that's how we got our news for the weekend. And then, we go to school and we just talk about all the ridiculous stuff that we would see. And
Oh,
Norm-
on the
Norm-
Saturday?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Norm was usually at the center of it all.
Oh, it was just great to chat about. I have to admit, I haven't actually even attempted a Saturday Night Live in a long time.
It's hard.
It's
hard.
I can appreciate some of the actors that have come off of Saturday Night Live lately,
Mhm.
but not the show itself.
No? Yeah.
Like, you have Kristen Wiig.
Yeah,
who's
she's great.
incredibly funny.
Yeah, I just haven't tried. It's one of those. Yeah.
There's other things to watch.
Plus, you need cable, and I don't want to pay for cable.
Right. Well, I just watched Norm Macdonald's. I thought I'd watch all of them. Norm Macdonald has a show for Netflix that was on.
I saw that was on. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's great.
Is that the interview one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one I did not see, which I'm glad it just worked out that I watched it for this episode, was the one with Lauren Michaels, who created Saturday Night Live.
Oh, nice.
And that was awesome to hear them kind of go back and forth on Saturday Night Live. But what's crazy is they both agree with pretty much everybody. This the creator of the show, by the way, agreed that period of whatever was it,
Yeah.
89 to like 93, 4,
Yeah.
Somewhere.
call it that, was
Yeah.
the best era of Saturday Night
Oh
Live.
yeah, with Mike Myers.
Not even a question.
and
Oh,
Dana
yeah.
Carvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
Chris
of them.
Farley.
Sandler's early days.
Sandler's early days, yeah. So, and what was really great is, again, Lauren was the one that had to fire Norm from the show back in the day, and here it is that Norm has Lauren on for a guest. If that's not irony,
It is funny. It's also kind of an example of, hey, and I don't know the reason he was let go. If it was just financially fun stuff, or if there was another reason.
no, he was let go because of the jokes.
Really?
That's legit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's legit. The reason why.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
Shit.
Yeah.
Really?
He laid so hard into OJ during that time because it was the time, and they asked him not to, and he didn't, and they said we had to let you go.
I'm surprised, especially since it was OJ.
I know. Well, yeah.
I don't mean to knock OJ too much, but it's OJ.
Not to whatever, but I would imagine in Lauren's defense, he probably had no choice.
Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
not saying he made necessarily the choice.
Yeah.
It's just, and again, if he did make the choice, a +1 to both of them that they actually got into a room. Yes, it's like a couple years later, to have a discussion. I know it's like 2 decades later, or 2 decades.
for sure.
But-
I always think of it like the scene in Anchorman when like he just reads "Go fuck yourself," San Diego, and then I was like, he just goes off, "Was like, I have to fire you now." I was like, "What? No, you don't." And it's like, "Well, no, I can take it back." Like, no, you can't. Like, you can't. We have to fire you.
You're fired too.
So I'm sure it wasn't like that comedic, but I would imagine a similar conversation. Like, yeah, we gotta let you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this is it. Like,
Sorry, bud.
this is how it
Yeah.
goes, right?
We chatted about this multiple times.
But talk about a man that wasn't willing to just rest on that. Like, he was like, all right, that's fine. I'll go and do whatever I got to do. And then he did so many other great things. I mean, 2 awesome movies, Dirty Work, I love. I know we talked about Screwed.
Oh, Dirty Work is so funny.
So good. I love that was directed by Bob Saget. I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's so many great lines in that movie.
So I watched it today, and it's not a horrible movie, but I didn't get that great movie vibe. I know I'm now the evil one in our lovely
Well,
group.
now-
I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece.
No,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
you're going to get your nose bit up by an East Saigon whore. That's
Well,
not gonna
like there's
happen.
funny moments like that, and it's just one of those. For me, I don't know. It just I never got to that constant wanted to watch, made me fall over laughing.
Oh.
There were definitely moments. Don't get me wrong, and I like some of the styling of it. Of course, like again, he jumps and falls out of every possible building, or door,
Yeah.
like he does.
What about the dead hookers and the in the trunk.
Like that's what I mean. There's funny things like that.
Drunk.
Yeah. For some reason, and again, this is probably bad, but like the start of it where they're talking about the dog the gay dog that takes advantage of the other dog, and it's just one of those. Really? What?
That's so ridiculous. I know, it's so
it was
absurd.
funny.
It's so absurd.
But a lot of it was just kind of, you're waiting for those moments. I guess that was really it.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a bit of that going on. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely a Norm Macdonald movie.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
there's moments where you get to see that Norm Macdonald style, that
For sure.
feel. That
Yeah.
that is quite nice. And then, there's, some slapsticky fun stuff. Like, hey, shit, giggles,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you can tell he had his hand in some of the writing. Like, I had to assume he was a part of making that joke. Like, sorry, we didn't have such fancy birth control methods back then. Like, pulling out. Like, I have to assume that
Anything
his
that
hands-
that old man said was the
hands
best. Now that the doctor's fixed my heart, I was gonna see if he can fix another part of me. I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with cock.
that was a fun.
so good. Oh, God. And Artie Lang was on point for that film. But I hear you. It was, you did have to wait for the moments to kind of
Yeah. Like, it's not a bad flick by any
No.
stretch. And certainly him being part of it, I think, is what makes it really funny.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, the funny things, they come up and then we go back down and whoosh,
Yeah.
and whoosh.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the way that movie was designed too. So if you haven't seen Dirty Work out there watching, I don't know why you haven't, go watch it. It's
Yeah.
relatively
Do it.
fun. But the idea is it's about a Mcdonald who is who for whatever reason down on his luck decides to start a business where they do revenge. And he comes up with all these
It's not
great
just
schemes.
revenge. It's about that whole getting involved for a paycheck, of course,
Yeah.
but getting involved. Like, he
With
helps
you.
protect the houses.
That's true. That's true. He does get involved in the scams.
Because
Right.
he feels bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you know that was based off of a story by Roald Dahl?
I did not know that.
The man who wrote the Charlie and the Chocolate Factories.
And also
story?
wrote
It's a short story that he put out called
Witches.
He did witches.
I think it was called Vengeance for Hire Inc.
Really?
That's what the short story was called.
Huh.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, you
I
gotta
wanna
check
read
it
that
out.
now.
Yeah. I'm
Love
curious
Roald Dahl.
myself.
It's different.
Well,
but
yeah,
the
but
same.
similar-ish.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Reve-
so the book
Revenge
doesn't-
for Hire business.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing the book does not have Norm Macdonald in it. So yeah, it was
Well,
definitely
no,
very
he didn't. He wouldn't know. People, you know that people can't act in books, right?
Well, no, you can act in a book.
You
Yeah,
can't.
good
No,
No, you totally can
No.
act in a
Okay.
book.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
that's a thing.
no,
That's a real thing.
no,
You have to read for your part too, AJ.
no. You can't act in a book.
A script is just a form
Actors
of a book.
don't play characters in books.
We call a character.
What do you call a character?
We call a character.
Somebody who has some character. No idea what we're doing
And
now.
His other movie, which is lesser known to many people, is Screwed, which is a
That one
similar
I have not
premise.
seen. I have not seen. that
Similar,
one.
or just say similar premise, similar vibe.
Similar vibe, yeah, definitely different premise,
Yeah.
but
Probably the only movie with Norm Macdonald and Dave Chappelle in it, I would assume.
Rusty's Juicy Chicken Hole.
Before we get to that one, I almost
sure.
forgot. I did have two things I wanted to call out about
Uh-huh.
Dirty Work.
Okay.
So first, the good one, Gord Matno. I'm watching him talk through this thing. I'm trying to think, where the hell do I know you from? Where do I know you from? The City TV guy.
Yeah,
He'd
yeah.
been there for decades.
Who now?
Gord Matno. He was on City for a long time, and he did the news. Like, that was his
Oh.
thing.
Alumni, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that was the
I
thing.
didn't get that when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, it's one of the channels I did get at, even on the bunny ears. And it was just, and the whole time he's sitting there talking, I'm like, and it's a good Canadian reference. Like, it's one of those things that at the time, people were like, hey, Gord Matno.
Yeah.
It was great. And then the other one that is, again, one of those moments where maybe there was an attempt at humor. I do not get it. The whole jail scene thing. And then he walks out. He's totally fine, but he's talking about what has happened. It's just like one of those,
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
yeah,
you know?
what the fuck is going on?
I love that.
So yeah, that was the one part of the film. I was sitting there like, what? What? No, of course, if he was sitting here beside me, he'd be like, yeah, that was the joke, dumbass. I just
That's the point. That was it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that one. I wanted to bring that one up early because it's just one of those. He's just sitting there yelling about, yeah, dude, no, I didn't enjoy that. No, it's like, by the way,
That's why it's funny.
That's what's funny about it. That's what makes it funny.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah. It's because it's so stupid.
Oh, I remember watching that movie for the first time. I used to borrow movies from the movie store. I'd put it in one VCR, and then I'd have just a blank tape for some reason in other VCR, and somehow it got from on the tape on the one VCR to on the tape
gotcha.
on
You're
the
one of
second
those rich
VCR.
families that had 2 VCRs, AJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did.
Go on.
But yeah, so I've had that I've watched that
Oh wow,
when it like first came out.
that's
Nice.
awesome. That's
I
Very
knew,
nice.
I knew about that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it then, and I enjoy it now. It's like Pootie Tang.
It's like Pootie Tang.
Pootie
It's like
Tang.
Pootie Tang.
It's like Pootie Tang. We should do an entire episode on Pootie Tang.
We should just
should.
do everything. On
That
Pootie
has come up
Tang.
multiple
It
times.
really has. It's a fantastic.
We should
film.
study Pootie Tang minute by minute,
Oh, you bet.
minute by minute,
can't-
frame by frame.
I can't think of a better use of my time. Really.
Right.
I just can't- That's probably the best use.
Either
for it.
Pootie Tang or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, some bitch. Well, we got to do Pootie Tang then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ticket the Killer Tomatoes is fine, but it's not Pootie Tang. Not a masterpiece like Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang should have won all of the awards.
Like all of them.
all of them, every award.
Yeah, it should have. Yeah, what are they called when you get like the Tony, the
EGOT.
Oscar? Yeah, the EGOT. Yeah, EGOT. I don't. Yeah, should have. Anyways, so Screwed. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the only movie I'm pretty sure with Mr. Mcdonald and Dave Chappelle, which is kind of crazy to think about because they ran similar circles and they've been friends for a long time, and
Nice.
and it's just kind of interesting now that was the only movie they did, and it was a weird movie because like Dave Chappelle plays a more subservient kind of role, but very I won't say slapsticky, but very comedic.
He's playing the sidekick.
Yeah, he's playing
Yeah.
sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay.
which is awesome. And then Norm is pretty much the exact same character from
Yeah.
Pennywork.
Surly, crusty,
Yeah, like,
doesn't take
there's no
shit.
change at all. Exactly, except for the fact that he's a second generation fucking butler, which is like
Yeah.
the latest
Nice.
fucking life.
Interesting.
For the woman who plays Jack Donaghy's mom, Alec Baldwin's mom on 30 Rock.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm like, where do I recognize her from?
Yeah.
And then I remembered.
that's cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Not as well received as Dirty Work, but I still think fun ride. A fun ride.
I would again if it popped up somewhere where I could just click and start watching. I likely would.
That cable you don't have. Yeah. He also did other movie stuff too. He wasn't
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
That's one of
Oh,
my.
yeah,
That's one of
yeah.
my favorite.
That was a
Norm
good one.
Macdonald.
good.
Yeah.
Even though it was like literally like a side,
Yeah.
really underneath sort of role, he popped up every now and then.
Yeah.
But yes,
He had a
Yeah.
few movies like that where he just kind of came in and out.
I'm pretty sure he was in a few other
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
movies.
Sandler
yeah.
style.
I
Yeah.
can't pinpoint
Oh, I
which
think I-
specific ones.
No,
that-
I can't.
Yeah, he did.
was
a
he
bunch
not
of
in
Sandler
Little
stuff.
Nicky? Maybe
I
don't know.
think he was in Little Nicky. He wasn't in Big Daddy. I don't think.
I don't
No.
think he was in Nicky either, actually, but could
Who
be wrong.
knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
He did a bunch of stuff. Him and Sandler are also good friends. They've been
Yeah.
tight for a long time too.
Well, they were around the same timey period.
for
so,
sure. Yeah. He also did People versus Larry Flint. He was in that.
Was he
movie
in
too. Yep. He was in that movie. I can't remember his
I haven't
role.
seen that movie
but
in years.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in so long.
that was probably. I mean, if he's going to do a dramatic role, that would have been it. But I mean, like even Norm Macdonald tell you, he goes, he doesn't act.
Yeah.
So he's not an actor. That's not what his. That's
No.
what he does. He goes in.
He just
They tell him to say lines. I'll say the lines.
Yeah.
he goes in. He Norm Macdonald's is.
Exactly. Exactly. He was the comedian respected by all of the comedians because he just, like I said, didn't give a fuck and decided to do what he wanted to do. And
What he found funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Did
his
he-
one story around cancer was hilarious.
oh my god, that's the
Oh,
best.
fuck.
He called it.
Yeah, it was just great. It was
how he
his
described it.
description of cancer, and that was
Yeah.
just it. And he comes out and he does it that Norm Macdonald style of, so yeah, back when grandparents, they got cancer and it sucked and they died. Now you got cancer and you're gonna fight that cancer together. We're going to battle the cancer. Yeah, so we're all gonna fight, but you can't win. The only way you can win is when you're dead, because then the cancer's dead. You don't really win. You don't lose. It's a tie. I loved it.
It is the perfect, the perfect description of someone with a kid. I know. It's amazing.
But it was, and again, and I don't know the exact timing, but he was definitely older when I remember this one. And,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where he knew. And again, he had that joke based on the context of what he was going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, even the joke from his 2017 special is like the abbreviation ID.
Oh.
Because the I stands for I. The D stands for identification. Seems like the D's doing most of the heavy lifting. It's perfect. It's just,
Yeah.
it's great. It's just a great observation of life.
It is.
Yeah.
Where did he start off in, like, Second City in Toronto, or just comedy clubs around Canada before he ventured
I
to the
think
States?
he
Do we
pretty
know
much
this?
did stand up was his thing. I don't think he did Second City or much improv stuff. I think it was just stand up and touring through Canada, through Ottawa and then Toronto and beyond that. But I'm not sure how he got started on Saturday Night Live. I know that he killed when on his audition, and that's kind of where he went to make it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think he did anything like that. I think he was just very
Good.
dedicated stand-up
Looked into
artist.
that, shouldn't we have?
We should have. But I think that's all he ever really wanted to do was stand up. I think it's just kind of thing. So
Really, I'm kind of surprised that. Well, maybe, yeah. Because again, I said it already, but like my big memory of him is still just the news desk stuff.
yeah, but even that was just like Norm's stand-up behind a news desk.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
true. I guess
with
that's true.
topics that
Yeah.
newsy topics.
I
You know
mean,
what? That's a very good point.
if you watch like the Weekend Update stuff or his early stand-up stuff, you watch his newest special, you watch like his Norm Macdonald show, whether it be podcast show. Yeah, they've all matured and grown in their own ways, but like you could slot him in and be like the same cadence, the same kind of joke style, the same kind of types of humor.
Oh yeah.
It's just that's just who he was.
Again,
He
it seemed like he was almost making it up.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of it was written down and rehearsed, but it just that was his
That vibe, that
way of
feeling.
telling a joke. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
and he was the king of like going to the darkest places of comedy. Like he was just there was no topic taboo for him. He happily joke about it, which is just, it says a lot. That with the idea of making it up too is just I don't know. It's great. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's
awesome.
funny.
Yep.
It's fun there. It's so fun there. Not bad for a kid from Ottawa. And seeing him with like Montreal jerseys and stuff, I was like, oh, that's cool. Because how often do you get to see, Canadian hockey team jerseys in movies? I can only think of one other one. We've mentioned it, and that would be Chasing Amy. That was there was a Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'm gonna say Love Guru had to have had something.
Well, okay, all right. Listen, okay. If we're gonna put like Love Guru in the same category as Dirty Work,
No,
mistaken, sir.
we're not.
Mistaken.
No.
Yeah, Love Guru is far better than Flower.
Oh Jesus!
I had to say it. I'm kidding.
This guy.
Fired.
Couldn't think of it. Why
Fired.
wasn't Norm Macdonald in Love Guru? No, it's okay. Moving on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, don't need to. No, got nothing.
Nothing for you.
My other favorite thing that he did that I would watch often was Mike Tyson Mysteries. That was my favorite.
I still have not gotten into that.
Yeah. No.
It's so fucking awesome and so ridiculous. It's the best. If you don't know what Mike Tyson Mysteries are, it's basically like a Scooby-Doo satire, if you will.
Scooby-Doo, Mr. T Adventures or whatever it was when we were kids, the Mr. T cartoon.
Right.
Oh
Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike
Nice
Tyson's
call
your leader of the pack. He's got his young adopted Asian sidekick. I can't remember her name now. And he's got a sidekick Ghost who's gay. And then he's got Pigeon, which is Norm Macdonald. He's just cracking wise. And you wonder sometimes if people can actually hear him speak or if it's just him speaking.
Right.
It just says the most absurd thing. But definitely Mike understands him. So
Nice.
Mike,
for
yeah.
sure. And I guess because of that, like, or for whatever reason, they've developed a wonderful relationship. If you ever get a chance to watch his interview with Mike or podcast with Mike online, you should. Like the fact that they just go off on each other.
Oh yeah.
It's like you could tell they're like legit friends. Because if I said something like that with Mike, I'd be terrified he's gonna punch my face off.
I'd be terrified Mike's gonna punch my face off anyway.
Yeah.
That's true. So to hear Norm kind of like get his goat and start poking at Mike Tyson, you're like, what the? Are you fucking crazy?
Holy shit.
Like that's like pissing off a tiger. What are you doing?
Right.
Why are you doing that?
How do you stop that if
Right.
it comes
Yeah,
at you?
But like you could see them playing off each other. You realize it's like no, they have a very good relationship.
They know how to work it out.
Yeah. It was
In that
really
fun,
awesome.
yeah.
In a fun way.
Yeah.
So I mean, Norm was he was much more respected, not just in the comedy scene, but outside of that too, and whatnot. Right.
Okay, that's
so
good.
It's pretty cool.
Nice.
He's probably the best part of the Orville.
The Orville, yeah. That's I gotta still watch that too.
I've
He
not
plays a
watched
goo blob.
Good.
A goo blob.
Goo blob.
An alien goo blob.
it. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen that one either.
No, I really want to see it though. Well, I've seen the first episode, I think.
Watch it
Yeah, I should watch
now.
it. Okay, right now. Well,
Right,
we gotta
Get it on your. Watch it now.
Yeah, we'll have a chit chat while you're watching.
Hey, one
Yeah.
second. One second. We get back to the podcast. One second. I gotta watch the show.
Yeah.
Go watch all of it. Binge it. No.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, it's one of those things. And again, like anything in this wonderful life, one of those things I didn't fully realize how great it was to hear him tell his version of jokes and make that laugh, the style, his perspective, and that sense of just, yeah.
Yeah, he really was something.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about how private he kept his battle?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It's your personal opinion or
that's
choice
his thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his battle to fight, whether he wants to do it publicly or
Yeah.
because what would the difference?
Yeah.
Right.
It's not going to make a difference,
That's right.
right?
No.
So
Again, I hope and truly don't know, and I would guess, but that he was good and open with his family, of course.
Yeah.
But when it comes to us, wonderful morons that laugh at his jokes, no, it's what he wants to share.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to be known for that stuff anyway. So.
Well, no, and that's just it. Like I'm sure there was many different reasons. I'm not even going to attempt to guess,
Mm.
but it's his choice.
I'm sure it was one of those he didn't want people to pity him.
I'm sure that's probably a big part
Yeah,
of it.
could be.
He could see. He seems
It's
like
all
the
about the
kind of
laughs.
seems like the kind of guy, yeah, who wouldn't want people to boo-hoo.
Yeah.
And I guess they see it differently than other people who've passed too, because cancer sucks and it's not a good thing, but it's less tragic, I think, when somebody passes away and there's time to process it, like say for his family or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody's cutting wood.
Okay.
I was saying.
Whereas somebody like Robin Williams, right?
Well,
It's
yeah.
What happened? Like it was just
Yeah.
bam.
Okay, go on. Do you want to say that?
No, I was going to say, no, I got nothing.
I just want to say, speaking of going to places you shouldn't go, there was a joke in his special that he did where he's talking about suicide. He goes, there's only really two reasons why a man will hang himself. And one is life.
Mm.
And the other is autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's really it. And he goes on about how he goes, I don't understand this whole autoerotic asphyxiation thing. Because, I don't know what happens after you die. But I know what happens directly after you die. You're found. And it's usually by a loved one or somebody. And
Oh, he's very
it's just so on point.
Morbid.
So
That
morbid.
is morbid.
It's so
Morbid.
morbid. So morbid.
morbid.
But anybody else, right? I
Yeah.
mean, weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
He's a
Mr.
good
Norm.
guy.
For sure. Does anybody else want to say anything about Mr. Norm Macdonald in this interesting episode?
No, I think I covered my
Yeah.
head nod, man. Kick ass, chew bubble gum. It was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Well, to Norm and his family, we wish the best to you guys. And
Mhm.
thanks so much for all the awesome laughter and humor and
Yes.
give me so much material to rip off so I can impress my friends when I was a child. Thank you. Thank you. But no, seriously, I really do love Norm Macdonald. And the great thing about the world we live in today is his memory will live on
Yeah.
in internet form, and we can watch.
That's
him
the wonderful
whenever we want.
wonderful things about interwebs and
Yep.
video cameras and
Yes.
TV shows and whatnot, that you can still go back and enjoy somebody
Laugh
who's
again.
no longer on this plane of existence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Laugh again and that good. It made you laugh even at the time, and now you'll still laugh, but with that little hint of nostalgia and just that, yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I still find it hard watching a Robin Williams movie though.
I bet. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's hard, man.
That one got me.
Yeah.
That one got me.
Yeah. Well, he's amazing. We could do an episode for him if you want, but I'll let you decide that one.
Mm.
Anybody out there, speaking of such things, that are feeling mentally unwell upstairs, just so you know, you matter, not just to us, but to those that are around you. And mental health is so important these days. Do yourself a favor. Talk to somebody. If you can't talk to us, you can't talk to anybody in your family, we'll have a link in our description that you can go and click on for help. But until next time, outside of that, I've been Harvey.
Dave Jurgold.
Turd Ferguson.
Nice.
That's perfectly done. Perfectly done. Thanks so much for getting sarcastically distracted with us. Have yourselves an awesome night, and rest in peace, Norm.
Take care.
Bye-bye.